This video is going to be discussing how you can prep for Witch Queen, the new expansion that's coming out next month. If you're going to do any prep at all, you want to start now. Don't leave it till the last week. Get it out the way right now. Just get it done. In total, the main part of the prep, if you just want to do the main part of it, it's going to take 3 hours per class. If you've got 3 characters, that's 9 hours. 9 hours of gameplay from now until Witch Queen isn't a lot of time for anyone. So pretty much anyone can do it. But if you've only got one class, I would just tell you not to prep at all, just leave it. You may as well just enjoy the expansion. And I would say that to hardcore players as well. Like, don't make it such to the point where it's a job, it's a chore. It's like, I need to do this, I need to do that. Enjoy the game itself. Remember, you're playing a video game. It's not just a job, right? So, but if you want to prep to some degree like me, right, semi-casual prep, then it's like this. On your free classes, you want to get as many bounties as you can done as possible that contain weeklies and dailies. The total quest and bounty capacity is 63 per class. That's 189 slots. Quests take up slots. Delete them. Delete any quests that you don't need or get them done. Like, for example, I've got a Guardian Rises. That's taking up a slot. So that's taking up one of my bounty slots. So I will, at some point, get rid of this. Your bounties want to consist of things like Gambit, Strikes, XUR is brand new, Moon, Nightmare Hunts, Cosmodrome, EDZ, Nessus, anything you can think of, Clan Weeklies, right? Gunsmith, which is obviously easy bounties to do. But you want to optimize the dailies and weeklies. Do not do repeatables. They don't give nowhere near as much XP. So, yeah, I'm telling people not to go too hard on this, but don't do repeatables. There's more than enough dailies and weeklies in the game to fill up all your slots. So you shouldn't be having any repeatables at all for Hoarding. So the weekly sources are as follows. If I just go through it on the director. We have Clan. There's a lot of Clan weeklies. I'm not going to go into what all them are, but just do the ones that you want to do, right? If you don't want to do 10 Gambit matches or win 10 Crucible games because you're PvE player, then don't do it. It's too much of a stress to you. Just do the ones that you want to do, the Raid one, the Nightfall one. Right? If you don't want to do them all, you don't have to. There's no right or wrong with this. You're just doing a little bit of prep, so you've got a little bit of... all you're doing is saving yourself time, that's it. So just do what you think, right? Don't kill yourself while you're doing it. Other weekly sources are Moon, Eris Morn, and the Nightmare Hunts. Then you've got Europa. Europa has weeklies. And you've got Cosmodrome has weeklies. And you've got XUR that has weeklies on his planet. Just one weekly, mind. You can only pick up one. And then there's Iron Banner that has weeklies. But Iron Banner's not up. It was up a few weeks ago. I can't remember when it was up. But Stock and Iron Banner bounties are weeklies, and they reward weapons. You can get weapons, new Iron Banner weapons from for next season, possibly. As long as it's the same, they might change things. I don't know. So that's another thing. And then everything else is dailies. Obviously, there's dailies on Europa, Nessus, EDZ, Cosmodrome. XUR himself has the dailies. Moon has dailies. You've got dailies everywhere. Strike dailies, Gunsmith dailies, Crucible if you want. Here's the thing about it, though. You see that there's these weekly challenges. As long as these are the same next season, you can see I'm 0 out of 8. I'll get a powerful gear reward. So when I'm leveling up, the new soft cap will be 1500 power, and then after that, the hard cap's 1550. Once you get after 1500 power, you want to start handing in these. Each vendor has them. But here's the thing. The bounties that you store now will count towards the progress of that. So, for example, I've got 3 strike bounties there, 5, 7. So I've got 7, so I would just need to do an additional 1 next season to get the powerful gear drop here. Works across all, all the game for anywhere else that has that, right? So that's important to know. But in other words, as I say, you're just doing the dailies and weeklies from all the activities that you know in the game. Just don't do Helm. Helm, no bounties, don't do that. Dreaming City, they offer 0 XP, literally. Tangled Shore's getting sunset, so don't do any bounties from there. But everywhere else in the game, it's okay. You can even do trials if you want. There's no weekly trials, but there's a daily trials. So if you want to do the daily trials, you can do them, right? It doesn't matter. Like a daily trials is no different to an EDZ daily bounty. They offer the same XP either way. doesn't matter. But obviously, optimizing it, the more weeklies that you have, the better it will be. If you optimize the clan bounties more and you stock up way more, then you can get more. Right now, I've only got like 11 weeklies. 11 weeklies, the rest dailies. I'm happy enough with that. And as long as I do all 3 classes, I'm happy enough with the XP gains off that. To rather than putting the extra work of like saving each week and meticulously looking at each week. Oh, have I got this weekly? Have I got that week? I really don't care that much to really optimize it. As long as I've filled 6 free slots with dailies and weeklies, I'm happy enough with that. The XUR one, this is the one. So XUR, you can only hold 1. Well, it's not XUR, it's Star Horse. So I'll go to that planet now and just discuss that quickly. This 30th anniversary expansion isn't getting sunset, not anytime soon. It's literally just come out. It's too valuable to the game to get sunset. Right? It's such a good activity, so it's not going anywhere. So anything that's staying in the game, any vendors, they're going to stay here. So you want to optimize those vendors. So obviously you do the XUR bounties, which they rotate daily, and if you're missing some slots, if you don't get all 60 bounties in one daily reset, when you come back to XUR or Gunsmith or whatever it might be, you can pick up more dailies off him because they rotate the tasks. So make sure you do that. I'm going to leave any rewards I've got from vendors. I'm going to leave just in case the floor power level of those go up, because the floor power level of all items in the game are going to 1350. So, for example, this ignition code going to 1350. Arctic Haze, it'll go. Every item in the game is going to 1350, like legendary wise and exotic wise. So I don't know if this means this is going to go up as well. I don't know, but I'm just going to keep it. It can't harm it. I have no benefit of picking it up right now, unless it's a god roll weapon, which the chances of that are low. So I'm just going to leave these. So that's another thing you can do. Obviously, do use dailies, as I said. And the Star Horse, you can only hold 1 weekly at a time. So just hold the 1. As you can see, it says XP++. But that's the general thing of the bounties done. Do that on all 3 classes. 189 bounties, 188, doesn't matter. As long as you do that, then you can hand them in next season. But one last thing, make sure that you have the XP bonus on your ghost. Like right now I don't, because obviously I don't care about XP anymore, but I will do next season. So obviously I'll have the plus 10%, because plus 12% apparently is gone. It says this mod ends at the end of this season, so you'll only be able 10%, I believe. So make sure you got Guide and Light on. Make sure you got Guide and Light on, and obviously make sure you got Shared Wisdom, which the first Shared Wisdom is at rank 5 here, I believe. So you'll get one there, and obviously it stacks currently the higher you go, and then eventually you get a 32% XP bonus. But when you get past rank 5, obviously just be in a team, right? So then you can get the benefit, and then you get another benefit, and then it goes on and so on and so forth. So that's the last thing regarding XP and bounties. So on to this 1500 power soft cap. So the leveling for next season will be 1500 power soft cap. The power cap will be 1550, and the hard cap, the max possible level, is 1560. So it states, I don't want to talk about the other level, just the soft cap. It states on the tab here, through general gameplay, players can reach the soft cap of 1500 power by earning general gear through activity completions, chests and more. That means anything in the game is going to reward you with a plus bonus for power. So that's interesting to me, because these boxes here, you can buy them for 7 strange coins, right? Now you can hold maximum 30 strange coins in your inventory. You can also hold 30 strange coins in the Postmaster, so that would be 60 coins in total. You could then buy more boxes next season, which the boxes state they may contain exotic gear, legendary gear, strange coins, treasure keys, right? I don't know what the max stack on these boxes is. If someone knows this, then let me know. But just keep stacking these boxes. Keep stacking as many boxes as you can, right? Then you'll get soft drops that could potentially be higher level than what you've got. Now, I don't know that for certain, because the expansion hasn't come out yet, so it's impossible for me to say they do work or they don't. But it's not hurting you right now, is it? Just put them in, just store them. If it works, great, that's a bonus. If it doesn't work, that's fine. You can delete the gear that you get shards off it. Or you might get in a God rolled exotic, who knows. So store these boxes, store some coins. May help towards you leveling up towards the 1500 power soft cap. So that might be some optimization. So the other materials that you want to think about is Ascendant Shards, obviously, Enhancement Prisms. Now I'm not done obviously here, I've only got 6 shards, a couple of prisms. You want max stack 10 in your inventory, definitely. You can store 10, you can store more in the Postmaster. I don't recommend that you do that. Through general play, if you're anything like me, you don't check the Postmaster often enough and you can lose them. For the most part, I don't do that. I'm not going to start stacking so much shards. I've got a lot of God roll armor on across a lot of my characters. Honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference to me if I have an extra 10 shards in the Postmaster. I'm going to say don't do it. Just have your general 10 stack with max stack prisms in your inventory, and that's good enough in my eyes. But you can do the Postmaster trick if you want. And then there's upgrade modules. So these level up your gear. So to level them up, so you want to level up, you know, one of your weapons, and you get a high blue or whatever it might be, or a high purple. You need to upgrade that via upgrade modules. Okay. Now you can have a max stack of 25. So buy them off the Gunsmith so that you're prepped for next season. You'll get more upgrade modules off the season pass. Okay. The season pass offers a lot. You can see here 2. Not to say that the format's going to be the same next season, but there'll be upgrade modules there. So that's another thing that you can do. Another thing is Gunsmith materials. They're getting removed as of the next expansion. So if you don't hand them in now, you're going to lose them. Now these Gunsmith mats, I've got a lot more, by the way. A lot of them are in the vault. I have around 40k. But once you hand them in, you're going to delete 90% of the gear that you get. That's going to equate to a lot more legendary shards. Like a lot. So it's worth doing that way. And you might get some God rolls along the way. A God roll hand cannon, a God roll scout, whatever it might be. Then you can keep that. That's fine. That's something gained. But make sure you delete those and then pick the rewards that you want from it. And then coming on to the next thing is materials, planet materials. Now I'm going to say, I don't know this to be certain, but if you're handing planet materials into vendors and they get you soft cap drops, then materials could be very handy. But I'm going to say that it won't be that way, and I super hope that it won't be, because it makes leveling so dumb. You can get the 1500 power by just handing in materials. I really, really hope they don't do that, and I'm going to say they won't, and it won't be a thing, because I think they've done something to make it so that the drops are 20 power levels less than what you are, or 10 levels, whatever it is. But the materials are handy for other things, like buying upgrade modules, stuff like that. So having a good stack of each planet is good, right? Obviously, maybe not so much the Tangled Shore stuff, because I don't know what they're doing with this. They haven't said if that's getting sunset, that material. It will do though, won't it? I would assume so. So that's that. So obviously, you know, legendary shards be on top that way, and then glimmer's another thing. Make sure you're going into the new expansion with 250,000 glimmer. Always do that, and then on top of that, ships. So ships, store any ships that you don't like using. There's a lot of these ships I actually like using, but if there's any that you don't, store them in the vault and you can delete them later for glimmer. On top of that, you can buy certain ships and sparrows that give you, like they cost more than what they are, but in effect you store on glimmer because they give you glimmer back. So even though you're losing glimmer now, you gain the glimmer back to then delete them later. So there's a Valor's Authority is a ship I always buy for glimmer, and you can stack it in your vault. You can buy that one. There's multiple ones you can buy. People say it's only particular ones, but I only buy the Sparrow or the ship I just showed you from season 3. Both from season 3. So that's another thing you can do is stack for glimmer gains. And then last thing I would say, bright dust. Just make sure you got plenty of bright dust, because a lot of stuff, how it works in Destiny is all the new stuff that comes out for a season, all that stuff in the next season or two gets sold for bright dust. So like the Phoenix Protocol thing, right? This at some point is going to get sold for bright dust. It's amazing, but I'm not buying it. Right? I'll just wait for bright dust. Wait for Bright Dust and get it with Bright Dust. You know, it will get sold. Right now, it's a limited item, if you like. It's first class item because it got brought out this season. But next season, there's a chance it'll be sold for Bright Dust. The season after that might be sold for Bright Dust. So having the Bright Dust stacked like I have, right, which to get high Bright, I mean, my Bright Dust's not that high. I sort of caned it over the years. I used to have really high Bright Dust, but there was a point when they made a change where Bright Dust was not as good. But when you do your seasonal challenges, you get Bright Dust. So do them, of course, and then repeatables. But that'll be something that you do during Witch Queen. So just to sum up, as I said, do your 189 bounties on all your classes. Get a good couple of weeklies in there. Don't mess about. Do the dailies for sure. Have 10 stack of Ascendant Shards, max prisms. Have as many boxes as possible. Obviously, stock up on your cores. You use these finest matter weeb to get your core count up because you're going to be, you know, you're going to be masterwork and stuff. You know, there's going to be a lot of new stuff to, you know, to masterwork. Stack coins in your Postmaster if you must, with 13 in the Postmaster and 13 in your inventory. You don't really need to do that, but if you want to, delete your Gunsmith stuff, so hand them in and then delete all the stuff that you get. Keep any god rolls that you also get. Check Tangled Shore for any materials that you want to stock up on. Next season it'll be Zaval, the Cryptarch, that'll do that. You can store these SIM cards, so if you want to go massive on the ornament thing, where's it at? So you can hold max 15. The bounties reset, I believe, every season to 10 or whatever it might be. But I'm max on the Warlock, for example, here, but I have some Synthwave bolts in my inventory, so I can go, you know, if there's a lot of stuff that you want to transmog, right, then you can do that by optimizing the white bounties. Just one thing about the white bounties is don't hold them. They don't hold as much XP as what even a daily would. Not that I believe. But anyways, that was the video on prep. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.